Hello. Hi. Wow, who's this? Who's this here? That's crazy. Hello. Thank you, Yuria, for the raid. Hello. The call is coming from inside the house. Hi, everybody. It's me, your boy. I'm really excited right now for a couple of reasons. The pandas in my walls, yeah. And with big reasons being, well, we're gonna be playing some of uni, so I'm really excited. I've been looking forward to this game for quite a while. This is the demo that was provided to me by Studio Élan. So it won't be obviously the full game, and yeah, obviously. It's a solar punk game, so like everything is literally my vibe. I'm feeling a lot of feelings right now, to be honest. This game is really important to me because 3 of my best friends are working on it, so I really hope that you guys enjoy it because I already know that I'm going to. On that note, though, you don't understand, does that mean space themed? It means yes. It means space is definitely involved. Considering, I mean, it is also called Summer at the Edge of the Universe. You're trying to get enough Wi-Fi to watch? It's okay, Addie. We'll all just like compliment your art the entire time. And just like, you won't be able to hear it. But the self-consciousness of an artist having to come to terms with the fact that they're good at art. I know. It's like, thank you so much for the 5-stream streak. Holy shit, thank you. Nirmit, thank you so much for the 8 months. Midi, thank you for the 29 months. Hello. Mari, hello, thank you for the 37 months. That was like a really visceral smooch. I'm so sorry. That was like... I scared myself with that one. Yeah. So, I've been kind of like... Oh, Wicked One, thank you so much for the 3 months. I'm feeling feelings. So I've been kind of MIA for a little bit, as y'all know, because I've been like renovating my house, and it's been a lot of like physical work, and I've been super exhausted. But today I had scheduled a stream, and I'm gonna stream. God damn it, Gil! Thank you so much for the gifted subs. Thank you. Anyway, I am really excited. I was originally just gonna like draw on stream, and then this showed up, and I was like, there's no way I'm not going to immediately play this game. In fact, I was gonna stream an hour from now, but I was too excited to not do it like immediately. So we're gonna play Summer at the Edge of the Universe. And the first thing that Josh told me was, okay, you're going to love the soundtrack. And I opened it and I left it open because this main menu theme is so fucking good. It's the perfect loop. I'm mad about it. I'm so mad about it. Okay, we're gonna get started. I don't want to like I don't want to wait. I don't have to excuse myself. I don't want to wait. I want to play it right away. Okay. I am getting like a little sick. I stayed home from work today. Well, I went to work and then I came back because I was a little sick. So forgive me if I sound bad. Oh, I need to move my chat somewhere I can see it. There we go. Come on. Come on, chat. Come on. Go to the other side of the screen. Come on. There we go. I don't ever want to do that again. You should rep PBH, but also the Summer OST. The nice thing is both can be like bragged on. Give you a treat now? Okay. Alright, first thing I always do with VNs is look at the configuration, see what we can do. Borderless full, graphics quality ultra. Boy, I really hope my computer can handle that. Text. Oh, there's message speed. That's nice. That's a nice touch. I like the inclusion of Open Dyslexic, and I appreciate that. I'm gonna tailor it to me. Yeah. How does one read what? Open Dyslexic? So it's a weighted font where it's weighted at the bottom. So if you have like problems reading and focusing on words, especially if you're a speed reader, I find, it can help your brain kind of parse like what it is you're reading a bit better because it's weighted on different sides for different letters. So it's good. I like that. The default font isn't too hard to read though, so that's nice. I tend to like really trip over my words a lot, so Open Dyslexic does help with that too. Okay, we're gonna just... Dyslexia means you interpret a language as Latin. Fuck you, Simon. Get out of here. And you can individually, as usual, change the character voices. That's great. If I click help, does it take me to a web page? I don't want to find out. All right, going back to the... Oh, wait. Did I actually change anything? I didn't change anything. Oh, cute. Sorry about my voice. Voice emphasis makes the music go quiet on voice lines. Oh, I'm going to make sure that's on. What is on? Yay, I love that. All right, we're gonna start. It's internal. Oh man, I don't want to go look. Okay. Oh, cool. Easy peasy.
Hey there, Willowmere, and whoever else is listening. This is Summer and Anson, coming at you live from the Willowmere Community
How's
Center.
the volume?
You and I have got a little bit of sunshine left to enjoy. I've been running around setting up chairs and beds all day, so if you don't mind, I'm gonna sit down and get right into the music.
I hit play and then slide into my seat like a melted ice cream cone as the sounds of piano and guitar fade in. Sunlight streams in through the window, and I bask like a cat in the beams. Twilight, my favorite time of the day, comes to greet me personally. For the first time since this morning, I'm able to take a moment to relax and breathe. I haven't sat down for hours. I'm not used to having so much to do. Every day, there have been more and more tourists arriving in town, and they've all got to gotta get set up somewhere. They've also got to get fed, get shown around, and tell me cool facts about whatever they're visiting from. Wherever they're visiting from. See? Tripping over my words already. It's mandatory. Sometimes I get lost in their stories, and I could probably get a lot more done in a day if I wasn't always poking and prodding for more details. Do the trees where you're from really reach all the way up to the sky? Do rocks on your planet really squish underfoot when you walk on them? Is it true that the night sky is a different color every night? That's the stuff I want to hear about. That's the stuff I've never gotten to see for myself. For every person like me who's never done or seen anything that memorable, it seems like there are 2 or 3 who've gone rock climbing on an asteroid belt or helped map out a new planet. You could hear the voices, though they're quieter than me. Okay, turn up this just a little bit more. After learning about some of these people's lives, I just have to hope that they won't leave Florel disappointed next week. Since I've been one of the community center's volunteers for a while, I got put in charge of a whole new welcome crew. Our main job has been setting up temporary housing for all the folks flying in, but I've ended up running a lot of other errands too. As exhausting as it's been, I don't know what I'll do when things go back to normal in a few days. I've kind of gotten used to falling asleep early and sleeping in late. I'm sure my legs will appreciate it at least. With one song nearing its end, I flip through the list on my phone to pick up the next one. But before I can choose, there's a deep reverberation from nowhere that begins to rumble around the room. Oh. She changed to no pug face. Okay, I'm gonna just appreciate the full screen of this image, which I've seen like a dozen times already, but I'm still very excited to see it again in context. She's so messy. Look at, oh, you can't see my mouse, but like these papers over here with the stains on them. Summer, please. Her 2 moods, pog and not pog. After the initial surprise wears off, I rest my head on my hands. Here we go again. I disconnect the microphone temporarily to avoid blaring any crazy feedback. The rumbling shifts, and loud music fills the air, pouring in from beyond the window. Plucked strings, ooh. Plucked strings, a distant melody that doesn't exactly sound out of place in this universe. I press my headphones against my ears and turn up my music. It only lasts a few seconds before it fades away, and the shaking disappears with it. With a sigh, I go live again.
Sorry about that, if you heard it. Celestial noise. Same as every other day lately. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty over it. At first, it was all cool and mysterious, but now it's just kinda annoying. Like, it's woken me up a few nights in a row. At least let me hear the whole song.
No, bits and pieces.
Anyway, here's something a lot nicer to listen to. A live clip from Willowmere High's orchestra and choir last week. You'll be able to hear them at the CosCon soon too. Less than a week to go.
Trumpets of Tribulation? Oh my god, is that like the Book of Revelations? Is that what she's hearing? Is the... You know what? No. I don't want to accidentally be right somehow. Stretching and yawning, I just stare out the window and enjoy music. From up here, I get the best view of the city that anyone can have. All the way at the edge of Willowmere and then beyond it. To the edge. Past the tiny dot that's my own house. through the fields and flowers, and all the way to the distant smudge of Petal Street. Lately, storm clouds have made even the usual sights a lot more foggy, but the sun has managed to win for now. Even twilight fades away as the glow of the street lamps and buildings takes its place. There's a steady trickle of ships returning home for the evening, and a few taking off for elsewhere. Before long, a kaleidoscope of colors bloom, the warm yellows of homes mixing with all the crazy shades from the street signs and shops. I can identify a lot of them, by shape or by shade. A crooked neon banner marks Willowmere's premier watering hole. A row of soft blue orbs light the creek trail. All the evenings I've spent up here have instilled me with a complicated love for this town and planet. Affection mixed with some other kind of feeling. It's not nostalgia, and it's not melancholy, but it's definitely related to them both. A longing for something that I don't even know. Watching ships go in and out, watching people's windows light up. There's a life and a story behind every one of them, isn't there? I wish there were still new things for me to see out that window. By the time my show comes to an end, 3 hours after I started, things have gone from bustling to empty. That's nothing new either. On the days that I do my show, I'm usually the last to leave. The community center is such a part of everyone's life that most people call her Cece, like an old friend. Weirdos like me say her instead of it. Sometimes, when I'm bored, I'll daydream about what I think she'd be like if she was an actual person. Maybe I have a little too much time on my hands.
Good night, Willowmere.
Cece, it's you! Even if there's no one listening anymore, it always feels like I should say something before switching off the lights. I hum to myself as I get on the elevator. Some nights, I'll take the stairs down. Tonight is definitely not one of them. To the glass windows, I watch Cece's floor. I watch Cece's floors flow past. Besides a huge digital archive of everything everywhere ever written, it has a pretty big collection of real ink and paper books. It's one of the only ones in our local planetary system. Sometimes, Mom stays here browsing until closing time. There's also a video game archive, practice rooms for magicians, free history lectures, and even the skeleton of this giant Earth-based lizard monster. Basically, it has whatever you could want. Earth-based lizard monster. Godzilla, yes. I like that. So if you just scroll up, because I'm trying to scroll up my Twitch chat, right? To see what I've missed. But if you scroll up, it just goes straight to the log. That's really nice. I like that. That's subtle. That's good shit. These floors look kind of lonely as I pass them by. Pretty much every light in the building is out. The elevator dings to a stop and I step out into a sitting area with plenty of plush chairs. During the day, every one of them is occupied. Maybe someone made a medical breakthrough here today or put the finishing touches on a new masterpiece of literature. Maybe there's a pair of young lovers who settled on what planet to visit for their honeymoon. I pass through the lobby silently and step out into the cool night air. I've been inside long enough for some of the clouds to roll back in and threaten me with rain. Their scare tactics motivate me to muster up the energy to hurry home, or at least walk a little faster than usual. Was that ding from the gang? Yeah, that was the elevator. You thought it was the train? No. When I was younger, I used to think that petals were portals to other worlds. Silly kid stuff, I know. But I jumped headfirst into a lot of petals, hoping to see something new on the other side. All I ever got, of course, were wet socks and 2 ticked-off moms when I got home. But that never stopped me from jumping. I miss that version of me sometimes. The younger, more naive Summer. Here I am, more than 10 years later, trying to avoid puddles on my walk home. Fireflies flicker just like the city lights on the horizon. There's a chalk drawing on the park sidewalk that's been washed away by the rain. There's something about this time of year that makes me think of back then more than usual. And I guess it's cliche since I'm named after it, but summer has always been my favorite season. It was the season for dreaming big and making plans for the breaks. Those plans never took my friends and me anywhere more exciting than a sleepover at each other's houses, but that was enough. And we always swore that someday we'd go on a real adventure together. I like how, like, if I mispronounce something, I just go blah blah. Like, it's a tiny jump scare. Just for you guys. Turning it into to a horror game. Just sorry. You did struggle for that raincoat. Even though it's been 4 years since we all parted ways, I can't help but get a little wistful. Nowadays, it's the season for seeing groups of kids come to visit Cece just like we used to, and being on the other side of that reception desk. The walk home only takes 20 minutes or so. I cross the bridge outside our house and quietly enter the front door. All the lights are off, including in Mom and Ma's room. Aw, Mom and Ma! So they must both be asleep already. I kick off my shoes at the door and head upstairs silently, being careful to step over the squeaky fourth stair. Sneaking in like this is a bit nostalgic itself. The main difference is at this time, I'm not trying to avoid getting caught. I just don't want to disturb my parents. Before I head up to my room, I shut off the lights in the greenhouse. Ma always keeps it on for me when I stay out late.
Good night.
If I say it to the empty radio room, it's only fair I say it to the plants too, right? In my bedroom, I start to get ready for bed, but before I climb in, I go to take one last look at my window. If I'm lucky, I'll get a full night's sleep tonight. One without an earful of noise from another universe shocking me awake. If there's one thing I didn't get from my moms, it's their ability to just fall right back asleep. When it first started a few weeks ago, I thought the otherworldly sounds were going to be the beginning of something extraordinary. It didn't take long for it to just become something plain old ordinary. Despite the clouds, something up in the sky catches my eye. A tiny little light streaks across the horizon. A shooting star. The legend that wishing upon a star would make your wish come true is one that I stopped believing in a long time ago, but still.
I wish...
It couldn't hurt, right?
I wish... something good would happen.
The zoom in! Oh my god!
I'm not too picky about what. Just something bigger than me. I could really use some kind of sign. That I won't be like this forever. Because that's what it feels like lately.
I don't even know what to wish for exactly. I hope that whoever's out there listening to wishes can figure out what I mean.
I wish I knew how to change.
Like clothes? The light starts to get a little bit bigger, a little brighter, and I realize it's not a shooting star at all. It's just a ship coming into land. Its headlight streaks overhead before it lands downtown somewhere. I sigh, and that turns into a yawn. Shutting off the light at last, I climb into the bed and try to get cozy. Who knows what tomorrow will bring? Maybe wishes can come true without a star anyway. Sana complained that her radio room didn't have enough of the foam things on the wall to prevent echo. Acoustic paneling. And I had to change the CG background. Scion! They're in space! Well, I mean, they're not like in space. They're on a planet in space, just like we are. But, come on. Yeah, it could be made with a sound dampening alloy, or her specific species of people could speak in a way that acoustics don't carry or echo the same way that our human vocal boxes do. I mean, come on, Scion. Be realistic here. The next morning, I go downstairs to a house that's already woken up without me. The window's open, a breeze rustling the curtains. It brings the smell of wildflowers into the kitchen, along with the earthly smell of my parents' garden. In the corner of the living room, the pile of camping gear that I had to dodge around in the dark last night has grown. A new lantern, as well as matching blankets that Ma loves, have been tucked under the tents. My parents themselves are nowhere in sight, but there's a cup of coffee with my name on it. Literally, my name on the mug. That was a Ma holiday project a few years ago. Cute. I take a seat at the counter where the screen is on and set to the local news. I half listen as I stir some of Mom's homemade vanilla syrup into my coffee and stare out the window. Hey, I make vanilla syrup. That's something that I do. They're just like me for real, for real.
That's right, Ted. It's looking like another gray day in Willamere. And of course, there's one question that's on everyone's mind.
Oh my god.
Is this rain going to be gone by next week?
The weather lady jump scared me. I was like, they're just like me for real. That's right. No. That actually got me. Oh. She is just like you.
We've caught up with a couple of off-worlders who are visiting Florel for the first time.
Oh, thank God I
in order
did
to
say it
catch the
right.
cosmic concurrence that's supposed to happen. Only problem is, they're not sure if they're going to be able to see it.
The camera shifts to focus on a pair standing close by.
Hey, I know them.
Well, kinda. Their silver skin and second pair of eyes stick out in my memory, at least. I don't remember their names, but I met them a couple days ago when they first arrived on our planet. I helped them find their way to their temp lodge where they're staying, in one of the wings of the city hall. They talked to the reporter for a bit about how they came all the way from another star system and decided to visit for a few days and make it a whole vacation. When we met, they asked me for recommendations on what to do or see while they're in town. I like how I unintentionally just completed the word. They asked for Rex, and I just... I pointed out my favorite places to get a snack or folks whose goods are worth checking out, and spots like the sewing docks in Cece. But that's about as exciting as it gets here on Florel. I hope their trip ends up being worth it in the end. After I finish breakfast, I clean up the kitchen and then myself, taking a quick shower and getting dressed for the day. I'll be helping out the school again this afternoon, but I made sure to keep my morning free. As I grab my coat and get ready to go, I notice a blanket with a note by the door. Or basket, not a blanket. Yeah, we sent strangers to Sylvie's house. Ma and I went out to make some deliveries. This one is for Othelia. Don't eat them all yourself. Oletha? Oletha. Take a peek into the basket, spotting a bunch of cherry tomatoes. I pluck one for myself and then head out the door. The note just said not to eat them all, not to eat any. Letha. Okay. Mom and Ma have a pretty huge garden out in the backyard, plus there's a greenhouse upstairs. Since we always have a ton of fruits and vegetables and flowers, way more than our family of 3 can eat or admire, we give them away at local market every week, or drop things off at people's homes directly. Some folks have special requests, like off-world spices or medicinal plants, and my parents will do their best to grow them. One of the chores I hated most growing up was watering all the plants in the greenhouse. It seemed so pointless since there were a million different machines that could have done it for us. It took me a while to realize that was the whole point. I don't mind it as much now. In fact, it's kind of rewarding to watch little sprouts grow under my care. That must be how people who are like veterans in Final Fantasy XIV feel whenever someone they teach the game starts like being able to help other people. Yeah, your little sprout growing up. Even though I felt kind of mopey going to bed last night, today is a new day. There's a few patches of blue sky, even with the clouds still covering most of it. Oh, even with clouds still covering most of it. A few ships pass by overhead, probably on their way to Petal Streak. Literally, yes. I thought the same thing as writing it. I fucking knew it. I see the word sprout, and I'm like, Josh put a Final Fantasy XIV reference here. Even though it's a word that could be used in this exact scenario for this exact reason and would not be used for another reason, it is all just Final Fantasy 14. I got my pilot's license a few years ago, but I haven't flown since then. Anytime we go camping, my parents and I always take the train as close as we can. We don't have a personal ship. Hardly anyone in Willamere does. Today, if I wanted to, I could take one of the local shuttle lines into town and get dropped off close to Oletha's place. I don't mind walking though, especially when it's nice out. It's not that I dislike Florel or anything. I like it a lot actually. Its famous fields of flowers and flowing rivers always cheer me up when I'm down. I'm really glad to live in a place this beautiful. What bugs me is that it's all I've ever known and seen. And what bugs me even more is that I know a lot of that is my own fault. It's not hard to go off-world. Almost anyone can do it. There are dozens of passenger ships that take off from Petal Streak every day. Stacy watches over me from not too far away. You can see her from just about anywhere in Willamere. In fact, I don't know of anywhere in town you can't see her. I'm just picturing this, like, omnipotent pigeon. Oh my god. I look over at the screen at my OBS and there's just like the chat. Like I have the chat scroll on, I forgot about it. And I just see in the sky, Sylphie, I'm watching. I come to a stop at a set of railway tracks, which make a sort of boundary between the outskirts of town, where we live, and the town itself. Behind me is a wide field dotted with flowers. Ahead of me, the buildings are much taller and closer together than the scattered houses like mine. To protect Floral's environment, mining for natural resources is super limited. Instead, we import a lot of ores and minerals from the nearby Stana asteroid belt or other traders. That means we make most buildings out of simple materials compared to other high-tech planets. It gives towns like Willamere a laid-back atmosphere that lots of visitors lately have been calling quaint. Making my way down town, walking fast, faces past, and homebound. Making my way down the familiar streets, I greet the people passing by with a smile or wave. It's the first day in a while that it's sunny enough to dry clothes from the balcony or toss a ball back and forth. Finally, I reached Oletha's building. I will get it right without having to pause soon. And take the elevator up to her floor, and then knock. The door opens just a second later, courtesy of a small robot. They must have been waiting for me.
Summer, come on in, honey. How have you been?
Morning.
Just says morning, doesn't answer the question. Damn, Summer. Okay, that's nicer. I leaned down to give her a hug.
I've been good. I've missed you. Can't believe it's been a week.
You're telling me. Here I am, counting down the days on my calendar.
Okie doke, Addie. Travel safely.
Oh, stop.
We head into the living room and I sit down, holding out the gift I've been carrying.
These are for you, from Mom and Ma with love.
I gave her the basket of cherry tomatoes that Ma picked for her.
Oh, thank you. And thank your mothers for me.
She hovers over it, looking for the perfect tomato, and pops one into her mouth.
You can tell they're fresh off the vine. Nobody grows a better garden than your parents, huh?
Yeah, they're pretty incredible.
I sprawl out in the living room in a comfy chair while Oletha rolls to the kitchen, putting the tomatoes away.
Tea, honey?
Both, please.
Aw, that's cute. You're trying so hard, Yuria. One of our traditional jokes. A moment later, and she comes back out with a steaming teapot that she must have also had waiting for me. Oletha makes her own blends, sometimes using fruit and spices that we give her, and they're always delicious. This one has a deep rosy color and smells like one of Ma's orchards. I take a sip, and it's both sweet and tangy.
This is good. New flavor?
Mm-hmm. Finished it this morning. You think it's a winner?
I take another sip.
Maybe it's a little too sweet?
Mm-hmm. I was thinking that too. Well, it'll be back to the kitchen this afternoon until I get it right.
You entering one of Mr. Maza's contests again?
Geist. Your mouths aren't moving. Parentheses, politely.
Of course. I can't lose 2 years in a row. My pride won't let me.
Her hands are a bit shaky as she sets the teapot down on the table. It's been hard, noticing that happens to her more and more often lately. The little robot zooms over to assist. I've been coming by since I was a teenager. At first, getting to know Aletha was just a homework assignment, but we ended up getting along so well that I just never stopped visiting. Sometimes she feels like my third mother, or maybe my fourth grandmother.
So, you still busy getting ready for the who saw what's it?
For the... Oh, the CosCon?
Cute.
Right, that's the one. The name slipped my mind for a bit.
Wish that could be me. Yeah, it's been the center of my life for like a month now. And basically everyone else's. Even my mom's. Like, you wouldn't even think we're going on our camping trip next month. Most years, it's all they'll be thinking about for months ahead. But they still haven't even figured out what to pack. A lot of people are coming from off-world to see it. Me and the rest of Cece's helpers have been setting them up with places to stay while they're here. And my parents are helping with all the cooking.
You don't sound all that excited about it yourself.
I'm just not getting my hopes up, that's all. It's still Florel, after all. I know better.
Spoken like a true jaded old grump.
Hey now! Nobody knows what to expect. Even the scientists who calculated that it's gonna happen. All they know is that in 4 days, our universe is going to slide past another one.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Summer at the Edge of the Universe takes place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
There was this whole thing on TV explaining how they figured it out, but once they started using math with letters in it, I stopped paying attention.
Oh my god, she's a girl after my own heart.
When the sky started making all that noise, I let myself get excited. But if the cosmic concurrence itself is going to be that disappointing too, then I'll just be glad when it's over.
Rude.
Is it really that bad? I still haven't heard a peep from the sky myself. Maybe there's some silver lining to not hearing so good anymore.
It's my curse. I will date every MC. I never want to date me though.
You're really not missing much. Music and sound from another universe. Even saying it like that makes it sound cooler than it is. Maybe if it was more than a few seconds at a time and didn't wake me up every night.
Damn, girl. Chuckling, Aletha takes a contented sip of tea and smacks her lips. Then she sets it aside and looks at me with a knowing smile.
So, I take it you're not even gonna go see it then?
I'm still gonna watch, of course, as long as there's anything to watch. Speaking of which, you're totally gonna see it with me, right?
Aw.
Oh, it sounds like it'll be well past my bedtime. I'll watch it on TV if I'm awake. Besides, you've got better things to do than to be spending all your time with an old fogey like me.
Uh-huh. Like what?
You should be telling me that. Your youth isn't gonna come around a second time, you know.
I know. I'm just figuring stuff out still. Besides, what would you do without me, huh?
I suppose I'd have to find someone else to try
Me,
my
I'll
tea.
do it. I'll try
Now,
your
tell me
tea.
why I feel like I've heard that one before.
I groan and press a pillow against my face.
Probably because I've been saying that for a few years now, right? There's just one thing holding me back, and her name is Summer.
You really telling me that there's at least 2 universes out there, and you still can't find one thing that gets you excited?
Ouch. It sounds a lot worse when you put it that way. I don't know. I don't know what I am.
First you know, now you don't know. Which is it?
I'm still trying to figure that out too.
Aw. Kicking my legs up in the air, I roll myself into a sitting position.
I know I've been saying the same thing for forever now, but
Hi,
nothing I've tried really
I hope you're
grabs
doing well
me.
too.
You've seen me try
You're doing
drawing,
great.
bird watching, now
Tired,
dancing.
but great.
Acting.
Oh no, don't remind me, but yeah, acting too. See what I mean?
You've got your show though. I know I'm not the only one who listens to it every week.
Aww. She's so wholesome.
I guess so, but
Anybody
that's just
want coffee?
me
Thank you for
talking
follow.
about
Yes,
myself and
I
playing
do.
music that I like. You can get both of those anytime you want, you know, like right now.
I pretend I'm in the radio room talking into the mic.
Coming at you live from Aletha's house, this is Summer's Pity Party, where everyone's invited. I'm your host, Summer Nansen, and today you're gonna hear me complain about the same stuff I always do.
I like that. Aletha grins.
It's my favorite radio program.
Leaving her bug next to mine, Aletha wheels herself over to one of the windows. She also likes to watch the world go by, just like I do. It's one of the things we first bonded over way back then.
You
When?
know, I've had a pretty good life myself. Been to a lot of places, seen my fair share of the stars. After I met William, we zipped around all over this galaxy and that. But before that, I was just like you, waiting for adventure to find me instead of going out and finding it myself. I spent years dreaming about what-ifs instead of making them happen. Once I got myself out there and saw more of what I was missing, I felt pretty silly for not doing it sooner. I don't think there's anyone who gets to be my age today and looks back wishing they'd done less. So I'm
That's
not
fair.
saying there's anything wrong with taking things slow and just letting life happen to you. But before you know it, you'll be an old woman staring out the window, and then you'll wish you'd really lived instead of just existed.
She just made me so depressed in a matter of like 3 sentences, y'all. I get up from my spot and go give Aletha another big hug. I had to be careful not to squeeze too tight, feeling her bony frame in my arms. Sometimes it's easy to forget she's as old as she is, with the way she always keeps busy. But even in the few years I've known her, I've watched her slow down. The reason I've convinced her to go get a robot to help her out was because there are more and more things she's not able to do by herself. She's one of those people who doesn't like having stuff done for her. Still, I'm glad there's someone to help her out when I'm not around, since she doesn't have any family left. I don't like these death flags. Okay, I know what a death flag is. Okay? I don't like it. She pats me on the shoulder as I sit back down.
Don't waste your youth, honey. That's all I'm trying to say.
I don't want to. I just need to figure out what it is that makes me happy.
I know how
At
you can
least I know
figure
plenty
out.
of things that it's not.
Please be happy. Demo available now.
You're still dancing, though?
Technically, when my body lets me. But it's not something I'm really into, I guess. It just kills some time and helps me keep healthy.
Well, you know I'll be here to hear about it when you decide on what you're doing next.
I know, you always are.
That was also a death flag. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like the way that feels. I don't like the way that it's making me worry. I don't like the way... I need a promise from Studio Élan TM. I need Studio Élan TM to never write an old person into any script ever again. Only healthy, young, immortal people. You can't keep getting away with this. Either they're fucking... Well, actually, no. Not even immortals. Because even the immortals make me sad. Either it's fucking Juliet making me sob myself to sleep. Or a ghost girl in a church. Pick your lane and stay in it. Actually, no. Get out of that lane. And please Make it happier. The morning passes quickly into the afternoon. Wait, that wasn't the voice I was using. The morning passes quickly into the afternoon until it's time for me to head out. Usually I'd go to CC, but today I'm headed straight for my old school. That means a quick walk to the closest train station. I managed to snag my favorite seat by the window, but I don't pay much attention to the views as it whizzes past. Instead, I'm busy thinking about Aletha's words. Wasting my youth, huh? It's not the first time she's mentioned it, but today it hits a little bit differently. Maybe it's because of all of the death flags! I can't help but feel stuck, like I'm running in place. How are you supposed to find yourself if you don't know what you're looking for? The first few raindrops start to fall as we reach the station and I disembark.
Figures.
Pulling my coat tighter around myself, I head toward the high school. Squelching through the mud. You know what? I was reading an expert from Twilight on Facebook, like one of those stupid Facebook meme things, yesterday, and the expert said squelching, but like for eating eggs. And that's it. That's all I have to say is the sentence was something along the lines of, I squelched down the eggs. Squelch. I'm trying to take it seriously again, sorry. It's a real word. It's a real word. Somebody said you just burst out to cook an egg. Okay, it was her immortal vampire husband who does not eat food. So, squelching through the mud, I hurry as fast as I can. The station gets me pretty close, but I still have to cross the field and most of the campus to get to the school's entrance.
Should have brought an umbrella.
I think I forget mine more than I remember it. A few other folks are milling about, and a stranger holds the main door for me as I go inside. There's a hot coffee station set up near the front, which is my first stop. Close by, there are some rags and rugs to clean up, and a rack for me to leave my coat. Then I head for the office, which is where we've set up our base of command. When I started coming here a couple weeks ago for prep work, it was the first time I'd been back in the school since my friends and I graduated nearly 5 years ago. Walking through those doors as an adult was a surreal feeling. Not that long ago, I was here every day. Now, I'm an outsider. Someone who doesn't belong anymore. I don't mind that too much. Who wants to go back to high school anyway? But it does make me miss some of the people. 3 of them in particular. Though it's not like I ever stopped missing them. When we walked out of the school for the last time, I thought that was just the beginning of our time together. Hannah, Quinn, Izzy. We've been friends for over half our lives at that point. It just made sense that the freedom of adulthood was where things would really start. I sure wasn't expecting that to fall apart less than a year later. If you told me then that we'd eventually go for 4 years and counting without speaking, there's no way I would have believed it. And yet, here we are. Sighing to clear my head, I focus on the task list in front of me. Everyone else is working hard, so I can't slack off either.
Let's see. Pretty much what I expected.
The list of tasks isn't long, but each of them is going to take me a while. I have to set up the seating for one of the viewing rooms, figure out the display situation, and then put together the menu and ingredient list for my moms. Both of them were super excited to be helping out. Unlike me, they loved the idea of coming back here. They say it brings back nice memories for them too, although they're way different from my own. Mom's from Thorel, but not Willowmere, and Mal's from a different planet, so neither of them spent as much time here as I did. All they have are the all they have are the memories of my school events and parent-teacher conferences. In other words, the parts I barely remembered myself. I get it though. I'm sure I'll still be the same way if I ever have kids of my own someday.
Alright, first up, chair time.
The main auditorium's already been set up, but we're expecting to have more people than can fit in here, so we've put together a few overflow rooms too. All the desks and usual school stuff has been cleared out, so I need to set up temporary chairs for people to use. I find a cart full of them and take them back to the first room I'm assigned to. The ceiling's already been decorated with tie-dyed cotton, and there's hand-painted welcome sign taped up to one wall, speckled in toddler finger paint. Little by little, things are coming together. I can't deny how satisfying this is to see. Going from room to room, I unload and unfold so many chairs that it becomes almost like its own dance routine. There's a rhythm to it all that I keep up, just to entertain myself. Even this takes me back in its own way. Normally, Izzy'd be all over this kind of job. Tummy work, as she'd call it. AKA something even a dummy like her could do. I managed to get things done on my own on my own anyway. 4 rooms and an uncountable number of seats later, I'm finally finished. On other planets, people don't do stuff like this by hand. It's pretty much unheard of. There are robots who could do what I did in half the time with fewer snack breaks. Here on Florel, though, people just like doing things the old-fashioned way, even if that makes it the hard way, too. Once I'm rested up, it's on to my next task, making sure the displays are all set up for viewing. For that, I'll need to go to the tech lab. I can still automatically follow the path, but the time I've spent away no match for the years I spent here. But as I'm passing through yet another empty hallway, I spot something unexpected. Oh my god! Just up ahead, seemingly frozen in place, is a kid with their back to me. I can see their head turning, trying to decide which direction to go. They're probably here with one of their parents, and we're kind of deep in the depths of the school, so it's easy to get lost. I put on a big smile, pretty used to handling children.
Hey there, are you okay?
At the sound of my voice, they turn around, but I can instantly see it's not a kid. It's a robot. I have that robot here. Right next to me. See? Somewhere. Buddy? Doo-doo. Oh, no, that's fish in a barrel. Oh. Okay, somewhere in a large pile. At the sound of my voice, they turn around, but I can instantly see it's not a kid. It's a robot.
Greetings. All within my perception appears to be okay.
Oh my god!
However, I am presently lost.
This is the first time I've heard from this voice. Oh my god! It's perfect.
Sounds like you're not totally okay then.
The little robot peers up at me, an inquisitive look on its pixelated face. It reminds me a little bit of these research robots that I've heard about, except better dressed.
Is that so? My friend says that being lost is simply an opportunity to discover someplace new. So, I'm feeling very fulfilled right now.
Oh my god! The effect is perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. To demonstrate just how fulfilled, the robot displays a little meter on the screen that's filling up. The charging bar reaches the end and then overflows, playing a little jingle. It's cute and I can't help but laugh. Most of the robots I've met are like Aletha's. Helpful but impersonal. This one even waves its arms in celebration, and I notice it's carrying a book.
Wow, you weren't joking.
Oh my god.
No, I'm still learning about jokes. However, I'm hoping to incorporate this functionality soon.
Oh my god.
I will pursue that endeavor at a different time. Currently, I need to locate the library.
Oh, I should have guessed. Well, you're in luck because I'm going that way too. Just follow me.
Thank you. Your assistance is most appreciated.
I feel feelings. This little guy's gonna make me feel soft, make you soft like Wally. Yeah. Man.
No prob. We're not too far away.
Instead of walking, the robot lifts off the ground and hovers alongside me.
So, what's that book you're reading?
I am not the one who read it. I'm returning this on behalf of my friend. I volunteered to make the journey in order to experience a new environment.
It holds the book so I can see it.
Oh, I know that one. A friend of mine read it a long time ago.
I recognize the cover. It has a picture of the three main characters on the front, sitting on the table together. One of them has ears like a fox! Sorry, I pictured something in my head. I'm pretty sure I'm just making it up though. There's no way they would know these three characters that I'm thinking of right now. Sorry. It's definitely not a reference. Please be reasonable. Couldn't check that book out back in our last year of school. I remember seeing them carried around, but I never heard whether they liked it or not. For all I know, they never even finished reading. This couldn't be. The robot, I notice, is very careful with the book, even when it's waving it around. Maybe it's used to transporting delicate specimens. After a couple more twists and turns, we arrive at the library, which is right next to the tech lab I was headed for.
Ta-da! You can just drop it in the box, right here. Need any help?
No, I would prefer to accomplish this task on my own.
So cute. Floating up to reach the slot, the robot deposits the book and then plays another victory song.
Congrats! You did it!
Yes, I did. Thank you for assisting in finding this place. You were integral to the completion of my mission.
Okay, I got a request. I gotta grab my mic out of the holder for this one. I have a request. I have a request. I need it very dearly. I need all Studio Élan staff to listen right now. Please add the victory song. We need the victory song. We cannot go on without the victory song. Do you understand me? Please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Alright. Mike is back in his proper home.
Aw, don't mention it. Happy to help.
I am afraid I cannot honor your request. I'll be making a mention of this encounter to my friend.
Oh.
However, I am sure they will also be pleased to hear my report.
Okay. I guess we can make a one-time exception then. But don't go mentioning it to anyone else.
Affirmative. I'll be leaving now. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye!
Oh my god. Look at them go. The little robot happily buzzes off down the halls, going back the way we came.
I hope it doesn't get lost.
Now that I think about it, maybe I should have offered to show it the way. Well, it's a robot. I'm sure it'll figure it out. Using the key code I was given, I unlocked the tech lab and make sure everything's properly set up. Compared to getting all those chairs ready, this is easy. There are a bunch of different live feeds from around town that I check off and approve, and I also do a test run of the 3D viewing space. Some folks will want to mingle and just watch the main live feed, which is what we have broadcasting in the auditorium. But for the people who want a more immersive experience, one of the science labs has been suited up with a simulation room that'll make it seem like you're actually outside. Wow! A touching grass simulator? Hannah and I used to do something similar for fun. They're designed for kids to be able to get hands-on look at what they're reading about during class. We'd spend our free periods exploring what kind of weird options were available. Stuff like strange animal skeletons or gemstones from other planets. I sit down and sign in. Doesn't seem like the software has changed at all since I last used it. I won't be the one running things on the actual night of the concurrence, so I just need to prep things for whoever will be. Checking over it all is simple, but it takes a while, especially when I keep getting distracted by other feeds from around the planet. For a people watcher like me, sitting here is almost too much power. Still, even in a focused rush, it takes the better part of an hour before I'm finally satisfied enough to say I'm finished.
Alright, almost done. Let's do this.
Psyching myself out and stretching my fingers, I lock up the lab and head to my final destination, the cafeteria. I find a variety of ingredients waiting for me. Pasta and veggies and other stuff too. I take inventory of it all, organizing some stuff like our kitchen at home. This will be my mom's base of operations that night, and I won't be surprised if I end up here too. They both love to cook for a crowd, since it gives them a chance to show off. We've got the menus along with a list of orders for the attendees at home, so we'll use the list I make here to figure out what we need to bring from the garden. I wander through the coolers and pantries, jotting down everything into a notepad as I go. I take a picture of the list, send that to both my moms, and then stuff it into my coat pocket. I'm finally done for the day. I don't have long to even think about heading home though, because the moment I go back to the front of the school, someone flags me over to ask for help with some tasks of their own. I end up running around for another hour, doing essentially more of the same stuff I'd been assigned. By the time I'm finally free, I'm good and exhausted. Afternoon sunshine is pouring in through the windows, rather than the rain that had been pouring down when I got here. When I head outside, it's downright comfy again, just like this morning. I like the little smile on her face, like, yeah! Oh god, you died. It makes for a nice walk to the station and a smooth train ride back home, where I flop down onto the couch as soon as I reach it. It's been another long day, and I'm glad to be flat on my back instead of sitting or standing. Yeah? But also, the end of these long days is in sight. Before I know it, things will be back to the same old routine. Am I ready for that? I really don't know. I don't mean to fall asleep, but the next thing I know, I'm waking up with a blanket draped over me and a pillow stuffed under my head that wasn't there before. The lights have been turned off, and other than a lamp in the living room with me, but the night is just beginning. Although the stars are out, it's closer to dinner time than bedtime. Yawning, I toss off the blanket and roll to my feet, headed into the kitchen to make myself some tea. After mulling over my choices, I pick a fruity blend Aletha gave me a few visits ago. While it's steeping, one of the doors closes up. One of the doors to the outside opens, and Ma strolls in.
Oh, hey, you're up.
Aww. Just like looking at the resemblances. That's nice. I see where she gets her eye from.
Yep. Good morning.
Peeking out the window, she makes a face.
You might be off by a few hours on that one.
It's morning time somewhere out there.
What they have you doing up at the school? Mom and I came back and found you conked out on the couch.
Oh, you know, they needed someone big and strong like me to set up a bunch of chairs and computers.
Well, you woke up just in time, because Mom and I got the stuff to make some butter cookies.
I love her voice. Grabbing my mug, I bounce away from the counter to clear a space.
Don't let me slow you down.
You still gotta wait a bit. Mom's out in the garden now grabbing stuff from your grocery list.
I'm on my way already.
My parents' butter cookies are famous neighborhood-wide. The sooner they get started baking, the sooner I can start eating them. You're Googling the genetics behind heterochromia? I love that. That's so you. Is that her other mom? Is she single? Oh my. Sorry, I need to reel that in. I need to reel that in. What do you mean no? You just met her whole life. Are they single? Is she polyamorous? Yes. Can I get in on that? I would love to be Summer's. Let's see, she has mom, ma. I guess I'll have to be mommy. I pop out the door that Ma just came through, spotting Mom already on her way in, so I hold it open for her. She smells gratefully, turning to avoid hitting me with the box full of produce she's been carrying.
Is that everything?
I think so. We'll pull the peppers and onions next week so they're fresh. What else was on your list?
Her voice is so good too. Oh my god.
Let me see.
Damn it, Summer, you're not supposed to be the main character. How am I supposed to date your mother? I reached for the note that I shoved into the pocket of my coat. Wait. No way. No way! I left my coat at school. I left my coat at school! I was so distracted by the nice weather when I left that I forgot all about the bad weather when I got there. A classic summer blunder.
Or not. I forgot my jacket up there.
I have the list on my phone, but I'll need my jacket itself for tomorrow. It's clear out right now, but there's no telling when the rain will come back. I already know what I'm gonna have to do, even as I try to think of an alternative. With her free hand, Mom pats me on the shoulder. She knows too.
Guess I'm heading out.
There should be cookies by the time you get back, at least.
That does make it a bit better. Be home soon.
Okay, now that summer's gone, hey Mom. Kicking my shoes on by the door, I step out into the young night. Willamere at this time of the night is a lot different than Willamere during the day. There's hardly any nightlife or places to hang out late. That's why I'm usually the last one out of CC when I do my evening shows. With the open skies, we get a ton of natural starlight, which sustains a lot of the planet. Overhead, Floral's twin moons have begun to rise. Nighttime brings a whole bunch of plants to life that are dormant during the day. Shimmering moonblooms glow at my feet, lighting the path with their bell-shaped buds. By the time I get home, even more will have lit up. The cool air feels lovely. So instead of heading for the station and waiting for a train, I decide to jog to school. No person does that. No actual person thinks, it's such a nice day. I want to feel the breeze on my skin, the warm, cool air. I'm gonna jog. No one does that. Don't make me feel bad about myself. Don't make me feel bad about myself. Besides, I've got plenty of energy to burn. Starting off slow, I hurry down well-tended dirt paths, crossing empty roads illuminated by street lamps. Some houses have already gone dark, while others still have their windows lit up. Just like arranging the chairs earlier, I find a rhythm for my footsteps to follow, a beat that I can run to. Maintaining my form is a game I play against myself. Like a good session at my dance class. The growing soreness in my legs and lungs are satisfying. Proof that I can still push myself, that I'm alive and healthy. I hate that. How dare you be alive and healthy and work out? How dare you make me feel unhealthy? The song is so good. Every single song so far has been a hit. I can see why I'm going to buy the OST. I'm sweating by the time I get to the city park that used to be one of my friends and my favorite hangout spots. It's about halfway between my house and the school, and also about halfway from the station that Hannah and Izzy would use to get home. I've spent hours of my life sitting on those swings under those trees. Now I just run past them. Across the river and out of the park, the rest of the way from here to the school is covered in hills. Soft, gently sloping ones for the most part, but still enough to make me gradually slow to a walk. My breathing is heavy as I start the final ascent, the school building itself looming in the darkness overhead. Just ahead, I spot the first other person I've seen since leaving the house. One of the bright overhead lights at the edge of the campus is shining down, giving me a clear view of a surprisingly familiar face. It's the little robot I saw earlier today. It waves when it notices me, rising up into the air.
Greetings. You have returned. That is most unexpected.
That is most unexpected.
Same to you. I forgot my coat, so I'm back to get it. What about you?
This time, I'm accompanying my friend. They are presently at the school. I have chosen to remain out here so far. The local plant species here are quite fascinating. However, I would like to join them. May I accompany you?
Sure thing. I guess I should introduce myself. I'm Summer Nansen.
Usually, I wouldn't be so chatty with a robot, but this clearly isn't a normal one. It reminds me a lot more of a person than the machines that clean the floors and windows at CC. Besides, it's already our second meeting. I can hear the sound of a fan spinning in the robot's body as it processes that.
That is quite the coincidence. My friend knows someone on this planet who
Ho,
is
ho,
named
ho.
Summer Nansen. My name is Curiosity. I'm very pleased to meet you, Summer Nansen.
I love you, Curiosity.
Just Summer is fine. And wait, who's your friend?
The name that they have chosen is Quinn.
He plays a small, Celebratory jingle. I'm gonna have to make up the celebratory jingle until one's actually in the game. Da-da-da! No, that's not good. Da-da-da-da. Wait, I can do like this. Yeah. We're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to do that because Studio Élan didn't add a jingle. We're gonna have to for the celebratory jingle. I hope you guys are ready. I just said an insult in Morse code. Hey, you, buddy. Drinking to a halt, I rubbed my ears, certain that I must have misheard or that I'm more tired than I thought.
Sorry, one more time?
The name that they have chosen is Quinn.
I may not be the machine here, but I feel like I'm short-circuiting. Like I fell asleep and I'm in a dream because there's no possible way this robot is referring to the same Quinn that I'm thinking of.
Quinn... son?
Yes, that is their full name.
Oh.
Quinn's son, aka formerly one of my closest friends. The fact that this robot knows them is both a total shock and at the same time, such a Quinn thing that I'm not surprised at all. Curiosity hovers, still looking at me, probably waiting for some kind of response. Problem is, I'm not sure how to respond.
You're saying Quinn is just up ahead at the school?
I don't really know which answer I want to hear.
Unless they have left me behind, then yes, they are.
Unless they have left me behind. Well, that's a scary thought. I don't dwell on it. I don't want to tempt fate. I choose my words carefully, afraid to mess this up.
Can you take me to see them?
I can. Follow me.
Curiosity doesn't seem to share my hesitation at all. The little robot turns and floats off into the darkness, leaving me standing there by myself. I had kind of expected it to say no. Now that it's leaving, I find myself rooted in space, in place. What will I even say? What if they don't want to see me? Wouldn't they have come and found me if they did? There's 100 reasons why this might be a bad idea. But still, there's more reasons why it might not be. Besides, I wanted something to change, something to happen. A chance like this is better than I could have actually hoped for. Plus, I want to see them. I stare off into the darkness at the quickly disappearing robot. It doesn't seem to be waiting to see if I follow or not. Quinn. I can't think of them without also thinking about Izzy and Hannah. We were inseparable in high school. I felt like... I felt like we could do anything together. Then after school finished, we just drifted apart. Hannah went off to school on another planet, like she'd been dreaming of for years. Izzy stuck around for a while, but I don't know what's happened to her in the last couple years. As for Quinn, well, they chose to leave the planet. The last time I saw them, they were sleeping on the floor at my house. Or at least they had been. I woke up to them standing in the doorway. I asked when they were coming back, and they said they weren't. Sure enough, I never heard from them again. As far as I know, none of us did. Out of the three of them, Quinn is the last one I would have expected to run into like this. So it's pretty safe to say that I have no idea how to feel right now. But as I stand there, I'll let those words from earlier echo in my head. Nobody looks back and wishes they'd done less.
All right. Well, can't say I didn't try.
I hurry to catch Curiosity before it gets out of sight. The robot chatters on, not even noticing that I was gone. I doubt it has the functionality to detect an awkward silence. That probably comes in handy around Quinn.
With Quinn's help, I've been coming to learn about the tendencies and habits of humans. For instance,
We took the
did
bait
you
and
know
now
that
we're
human
here.
beings can express at least 3 different emotions?
Hello? Hello, Raiders? Dios mío. Hello, you're tipsy? Hello, tipsy. I'm mommy today. How was your stream? We were just chatting? What were we chatting about? What? I'm mommy because I want to date her moms. We got mom, ma, and either I'm mommy or I'm mother. And I don't like kissing the coronavirus. Is that a hit novel by Chuck Tingle? Or am I thinking of Pounded in the Ass by My Own Ass? Mother Geist. God, please no. It's a 15-page work by M.J. Edwards. I see. Mom there. It kind of works. But hello, Raiders. I'm Geist, your space ghostess with the mostest. Today, we are checking out the demo for Summer at the Edge of the Universe by Studio Élan. I was very lucky to receive the demo, which I think anyone on Patreon can get if you go give them money. Maybe you should. Just saying. So yes. We'll get back to it. But thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for sharing your community with me. I love you very much. I laugh loudly despite my nerves, before quickly catching myself.
Only 3?
Only 3 what? Human beings can express at least 3 different emotions. That's cute. You had to rush back to the demo. Wow, my eyes could not comprehend that. back. As if there were any doubt, we were definitely talking about the same Quinn.
At least 3. How many can you think of? Which ones am I lacking?
Oh,
Let's see. Happy, sad, angry, excited, lonely, jealous? That's 6 so far.
6! You have doubled my knowledge already. Thank you very much. I can see why Quinn called you their friend.
Quinn calls Summer their friend.
They said that? They called me their friend?
Yes. They have referred to you as their dear friend previously.
I almost stumbled in surprise again, but this time, instead of being hit by a brick, it's like a weight is lifted off my chest.
They still think of me that way?
Oh. Biting my lip to keep from smiling too much, I start walking again, faster this time. Curiosity easily matches my speed and even outpaces me. Okay, so I gotta say it. And this is more of a me thing. So, Addie, I don't want you to take this too seriously. I just dropped my lotion. Hold on. I don't want you to take this too seriously. But I need Alon to stop making main characters that I want to date. And also, I need you to not have her bite her lip in like a nervous situation because, and once again, this could just be a me thing. It's too sexy. It's not good for this scene. It's too hot. I like it too much. Jesus, what do you mean? What? I'll keep doing it now. Overhead, the starry sky twinkles as if it were aware of how momentous of a night this is. One that's vast and full of promise. I feel like I'm gonna get a picture of like Miho and Summer biting their lips at me now.
I cannot believe humans do not walk at high speeds everywhere.
What? We reach the top of the hill, the silhouette of the school in the darkness just across the field. Curiosity gestures in front of us.
Oh, it is just ahead. The place we said we would meet.
They said that they'd be here, but I know all too well that doesn't necessarily mean they will. Time to make Summer's mom bite her lip. Please, God, no. Please, don't do that to me, please. Please don't do that to me. Before I can finish my next thought, Curiosity beeps out a joyful 5-note melody and darts forward. Little thrusters emerge from its feet, giving it extra boost of speed. Man, I wish I could do that. I jog ahead too, triggering one of the motion-activated lights. It shines brightly, illuminating the person I was waiting to see. Standing alone... oh my god, it's that one! Sorry. Standing alone in the middle of the sidewalk, hand outstretched to the rushing robot. Quinn. They have the smallest of smiles on their faces that greet the playful machine. At first, the sight of them jolts me to a stop. This is real. This is actually happening. Somehow, I manage to find my own thrusters and put on a burst of speed. As I careen toward them, I call out.
Quinn!
They glance up as I stumble, barely keeping balance by flailing my arms. I skid right to a halt in front of them, hands on my knees.
You're really here.
That wasn't what I wanted to say, but any thoughts of a coherent sentence went out the door the moment I actually opened my mouth. In a way, it's almost like Quinn never left. All the familiar feelings of warmth, friendship, and familiarity fill my chest. Quinn just stands there, staring at me like they'd been expecting me to show up. They don't seem fazed at all. Then I notice the way their hand is twitching, like they were hit by the same invisible force field I was when I saw them.
Summer.
Oh no! Protect them! I like the OST theme. I love this screen so much. So I've already kind of like made my plans for who I want to like go for in the game. I don't actually like, I know that there are routes for everybody, but I have zeroed in on Quinn since day one. So I'm very excited. Oh, they're phased.
Hi, Summer. You're here too?
Their hair, shaggy as always, is cut way shorter now. It looks like they never hit their growth spurt either, despite telling all of us so many times they'd hit it someday. The sweater they're wearing is new, at least to me, but it's the same classic Quinn style, oversized to the point where it makes them look shapeless. And the way they're standing, that awkward stance that somehow shows that they don't know if they should stay or leave.
Yeah, I ran into curiosity, and it told me about you. What have you... Where have you...
In just a few seconds of staring at each other, my heart feels a million things. A part of me wants to ask why they never called, or wrote, or anything. It's been 5 years of silence. But a bigger part of me doesn't care. All those feelings that should mix together into something confusing actually result into something simple. Finally straightening to face them at eye level, I just smile. The same way I would have when they'd walk through the classroom door or we'd meet up on weekends.
You're back. I missed you.
Finally, they smile too.
Yeah, I missed you too.
I glance around us. I worry if I turn around, they'll disappear.
Are you staying?
Quinn avoids my eyes for a moment before shrugging.
We were just leaving. I just wanted to come by and see the school, but it's busy during the day.
Oh, yeah. We're using the school as a place for people to watch the cosmic concurrence next week. That's this big thing that's happening.
Quinn nods.
Yeah, that's why I'm on Florel.
We will be going to another planet after its conclusion.
I look at the robot by Quinn's side. Its eyes show pure delight. I can tell from both their body language that the two of them are important to each other. Leave it to Quinn to have picked up an android for a best friend after they left us.
Oh, I see.
After it left us. The robot was the friend. Oh no. The two of us look at each other. I have to imagine the same thing is on both of our minds. Say the word, Summer. Just say it.
I'd really love it if we could catch up before you go. It doesn't have to be long. It can be wherever, whenever. I'm pretty much free all the time.
There's so much I could say, want to say. But how much is too much? To me, running into Quinn like this is a wish come true. A miracle. A second chance. I'm afraid for them to know how desperate I am. They swallow and turn away, and my heart skips a beat. Curiosity peers up at Quinn.
Sorry.
Their soft voice barely carries over their own shoulder. Curiosity peers up at Quinn, the robot's expression changing to match its name.
To be honest, this is difficult for me.
I bite my lip, clench my fist, and hold my breath. Don't do those things. Anything to stop the shaking. Just Summer with her eyes closed, doing the lip biting. I'm sorry. It's just like a...
I thought about coming to see you, but...
Silence. But what? I try to read the silence that follows their words. But they decided that they didn't want to? Or was it something more like me? Maybe they just didn't know how to. I think about what it is that I want. What I really want to happen right now. How I want things to be again. I briskly walk over, getting more and more into Quinn's personal space than most people are allowed to. Reaching toward them, I see their already wide eyes get wider. Taking the strings of their hoodie in one hand, I give them a good yank, just like I used to whenever Quinn was being emo. They flinch, either out of habit or genuine surprise.
Well, I came and saw you first instead.
It seems to throw them back on track. Blushing, they still manage to laugh.
Yeah. I'm glad you did.
I'm so relieved that I guessed right.
I'm busy tonight, but I'm not tomorrow.
All right. Tomorrow, then.
Okay. See you then.
You can't see Curiosity with like the exclamation points. My big ass head in the way, but... Yeah. Geist, move. How do I... Okay, I can't move. You have to imagine it.
Promise?
I offer my pinky finger. They consider for a moment before wrapping their own finger around mine.
Promise.
I'm going to scream. Okay, reel it in. Reel it in, Geist. Come on.
Whoa, I've witnessed a new ritual. Today has been one of the most exciting days of my life.
I love you, Curiosity.
Well, that's what happens when Summer's around.
And they're looking down at Curiosity with a smile. They're close enough for me to pull them into a surprise hug, as that one sentence makes me feel better than anything in the past year. Although I can feel them stiffen at first, it only takes a second before Quinn relaxes and hugs me back. For just a moment, I feel like nothing has changed. Like we're 16 again and saying goodbye after school.
See you soon.
My voice is barely a whisper.
Yeah. Take care.
I slowly untangle myself from Quinn and step away. I'm sure that in the bright light from the school, the tears in my eyes are obvious. Oh my gosh, she's got tears in her eyes. That's okay though. I want them to see how much this means to me. Curiosity takes Quinn's hand and then waves to me with the other one.
Goodbye. It was nice to encounter you a second time. I'm looking forward to our third.
Aww.
Me too. And the next one, and the one after that.
That would be the fifth one.
Yeah, that one too.
With a gentle tug, Quinn leads Curiosity back to the edge of campus and wherever it is they're staying. I stay at the top of the hill, waving until they're out of sight. For all I know, this could turn out to be the last time I ever see Quinn. I want that moment to last as long as possible. Wiping my eyes, I turn around and head to the front of the school, unlocking the door and slipping inside. My coat is right where I left it, of course, and I retrieve it and head back out within a minute. It's not too cold, so I wrap my coat around my waist instead of wearing it.
Thanks for staying behind here. You really helped me out.
Anytime, Summer. We'll leave out the fact that I'm the one who forgot it in the first place, not that my jacket chose to stay. Still, if it weren't for that, I'd be lying either on my couch or my bed wishing that a night like this would happen. It's the start of something. I don't know what, but I'm determined to not let this opportunity fizzle out after tonight, or after the next time we meet. By all rights, I should be exhausted, and in a way I am, But also, I don't remember ever feeling more hyped up and energized than I do right now. I start to run. No one does that. I refuse to believe it. Taking a steeper path down from the school. It's hard to explain the feeling of momentum. It's sort of like I could go forever and stopping is unthinkable. I'm filled with a desperate urge, no, a need to do something. To not let this energy and excitement end. Down the grassy slopes and gray sidewalks, I run until I reach the park. There, just as I arrive, I feel the first few tremors of a familiar shaking. The music consists of a distant strumming. There's a sound like swirling wind, accompanied by a voice singing along. I come to a stop, looking up at the stars where the sound is coming from. Even though there's nothing to see, the celestial noise captivates me like it hasn't since the first time I heard it. Whoever they are, I don't think they're singing words, just sounds. And yet I can hear what they're feeling. The joy in their voice is clear, even across the boundaries of our universe. Closing my eyes, I take just a second to let myself experience. Geist, I have watched Mug get a bad pull in Genshin and go for a jog. Okay, I have like gone for jogs. You know, just like in anger. That's happened to me. But like to be so happy that you run or like willingly without like a surge of emotion, I don't know. I do it at the gym, but I don't just like walk outside and go like, I'm just gonna run. Hey now, okay Gil, you count, but you don't count. I've never taken a happy jog. You think I've ever been happy? Is joy not an emotion for you? I get the adrenaline out by like I don't know what I do to get like adrenaline out of my system. I don't think I ever feel that strongly. I'm a wall puncher. I've never punched a wall. I've punched trees. You were happy in Banff with me? Yes, I was I was very happy in Banff, but I wasn't happy enough to run. I have been mad enough to run. At Scion. I remember that. I don't know. I think I'm starting to get it now. I think that's like the last time I've run out of anger in a very long. I did almost punch you. Ooh, you're lucky. What did I do to poor Scion? I don't think I'm going to say what Scion did. Whoa. I don't think I'm going to say what Scion did, but trust me when I say that Scion deserved it. Yeah. I am still sorry for that, by the way. DM the deets to you? Okay. Now CC can judge whether or not you deserve what came to you. Yeah. I ran up to him and I was also a little bit drunk. I ran up to him and I grabbed him by the collar and I like pulled him up to my face. after grabbing things out of his hand, throwing them on the ground, and crushing them with my foot. I don't know. I don't think I called you a motherfucker because I like your mom. Wait, is this a thing for me? There are very few things that can make me mad. I bring it out of people. No, I think it also is just not a time for that to happen. Let's just say that. Wait a second. Addie, do you not know what happened? You didn't tell Addie? Oh, dude. Addie's gonna be so disappointed in you. Oh, you didn't know the collar grabbing? But you know why. Okay. Sylphie, I need you to send that GIF you sent me to Scion. You didn't know how mad I was specifically? There are very few things that make me as mad as that would make me. But it doesn't matter. It's okay. We're gonna read some of Uni. Yak, hello, hi. Thank you for the 9 months. We are Gucci. You're still my homeboy. Like I said at the beginning of this stream, this game was made by 3 of my best friends. And I still mean that. Part of me wishes I punched you in the face. Just so that I can say that I did. But... Closing my eyes, I take a second just to let myself experience. Instead of getting annoyed at how it doesn't go anywhere, I try to listen and enjoy the music for the short time that it'll be there. Whatever it is that's making them sing like that, it'd be nice to feel that way too. That gif is literally how I saw it. Good. Of course, just a few seconds later, it all comes to an end. The near silence of the night crawls back in. As stillness comes over me, I let it shape that excitement I was feeling into action. Can we see the GIF at least? Sylphie, post it in the stream chat in the Discord. Please. Yeah! Oh, look at you, literally reading my mind. Polygraph, that's me. I don't know, I haven't, well, I still got muscles, so I'm happy, but I haven't really worked out for a while. I'm on like a medicine treatment that admittedly made me gain like a little bit of weight, but like now my muscle looks kind of intimidating. So I'm kind of, it's a good balance. Yeah, I think the renovations that I've been doing have been more workout than my actual workouts. It's like, I wouldn't be surprised if I go back to benching and I've like gotten stronger. Of course, just a few seconds later, it all comes to an end. Okie dokie, Addie. See you later. A stillness comes over me. I let that that shaped the excitement I was feeling into action. Slowly, I pull up my phone, taking a seat on one of the swings. I open my inbox, glancing through the names at the top. My parents, my supervisor, Oletha, other volunteers. I have to scroll and scroll until I finally find the names I'm looking for. Hannah, Izzy, always the four of us. Running into Quinn like I did already seems too good to be true, so the idea of reaching out to the others as well, it feels like pushing my luck. But hey, maybe it's time I push myself again. Mustering my confidence, I tap onto Hannah's name and open our long-dead conversation history. I force myself not to look at whatever our last few messages said. I don't want to know or remember right now. Instead, I focus on writing something new. Hey Hannah, it's Summer. I pause. Should I add my last name? No, she'll know. I know this is out of nowhere, but I was hoping maybe I could see you if you're on Florel sometime soon. Part of me is tempted to just spill my guts out, telling her all about how I've regretted the way we drifted out of touch. But I know better than to do that. It's easy to overwhelm Hannah, especially when she's not expecting something. So I just keep my message brief. I miss you. Is it too much to say that? Maybe. Maybe not. I won't let it stop me. Before I can lose my nerve, I send the message. Then I copy it over and send something similar to Izzy. It's summer? No, it's fall. Can you imagine if you like get the courage to send that message and then you just hear, "Hi summer, I'm fall." Then I feel like throwing my phone as far away from myself as possible to avoid staring at it constantly for the next however long until they respond. Instead, I make the much more rational decision of returning my phone to my pocket and resuming my journey home. Several times I check it, certain that I felt the buzz of a response, but each time, it's just my imagination. It's kind of late, and I'm sure it'll be a shock to both of them whenever they do see it. So as much as I can, I try to be patient.
Okay, Summer. You can do this.
I went 4 years without speaking to them. I'm sure I can handle another few hours of it. Also, is there like extraplanetary communication systems? Like, if they're not on Florel, I can't even get like a reliable text message in my like job because we're in a concrete building. So how good is this interplanetary, extraplanetary communication, right? Space reception. I kick off my shoes, leaving them near the growing pile of hiking boots, and follow the scent of butter cookies toward the living room.
Hey, Sunshine. We were wondering what happened to you.
Summer, come eat these before we finish them all ourselves. Ma came close.
I'd like to come even closer.
You've got Mom to thank. I was ready to make you wait for the next batch.
I've had all kinds of good luck tonight.
Leaning in, I steal a cookie from Ma's plate. For the first time, I realize my cheeks are sore from smiling.
I have good news.
Right? Hey, I'm saying! I take a big bite while I grin at them, letting crumbs fall from my face.
Oh, do share.
Don't keep us in suspense over here.
Not sure I want to tell someone who is ready to let me go without cookies like that.
Summer!
Mom leans forward, right over Ma's lap, and lowers her voice.
I'll keep it a secret.
I look over at Ma, who's maintaining a steady expression, looking at her fingernails and pretending not to care. Just then, the timer starts to ring from the kitchen. Ma looks from there, where the next batch is ready to be taken out, and back to Mom and me. I can see the pained look in her eyes.
I take bribes.
I'll let you release the ladybugs tomorrow morning.
Deal! I was gonna tell both of you anyway.
What a dirty trick! Who raised you?
Oh. Mom throws her hands up and leans back into her chair, smiling even in her mocking indignance. In her mock indignance, I mean. Ma shakes her head as she goes and slides the tray out of the oven, bringing each one of us a hot, fresh cookie on her way back. Keeping things a secret together is fun to bribe Ma with sometimes, but, well, I really want to tell both of them. I open my mouth to talk, and then my mind goes blank. Completely. The air conditioner gets quieter as both Mom and Ma look at me expectantly, like it's even waiting to hear what I have to say. I'm aware of how my hair sticks to my neck and shoulders with sweat and how my hands shake a little from the exertion. Just from the exertion. I clench them into fists and try again, but...
Summer, are you all right?
She does bite her lip often. No. Mom places a hand on my knee. I shake my head, nodding. And I feel a hot tear roll from my cheek from the movement.
Oh, no. Oh,
Oh.
why am I crying? I'm happy. I promise. It's good news.
I'll go get you a water.
Aw. Mom stays behind and rubs my back. Within only a moment, I feel the water bottle pressed into my hands. I flip the top open and sip, focusing on the taste of mint and cucumber. Deep breath.
Better?
Yeah. Better.
Just one more sip. Or one more sip, just for good measure. I hold it tightly on my lap and look down toward it, trying to find the words again.
I saw Quinn. They were at the high school.
That opens the floodgates, the ones I was looking for, not more out of nowhere crying. It's not a long story, but I find myself caught up in the details. Leaving my jacket behind, the little robot, the odd way it spoke and floated about like unlike any robot I'd ever seen, and seeing Quinn. Worrying the whole time about what I was saying, if they were happy to see me, the relief of that hug we shared, the promise of seeing each other again tomorrow.
I don't know what we're gonna even do together. I don't even know if I should plan anything or just show up.
I saw my future partner. Hell yeah. Mom lets out a slow sigh. Her brows knitting together like... I'm sorry, I'm cleaning my glasses and I can't see the screen now. The same way they do when a plant is struggling in the greenhouse or a recipe turns out wrong. It doesn't happen often.
It's not that serious.
Huh? Mom's face relaxes and she meets my gaze with a soft smile. Behind her, Mom grimaces.
I think she's trying to say that Quinn is your friend, right? Don't overthink it.
I am that blind.
Exactly. You were happy to see each other. It'll all work out.
Mom tends to simplify her thoughts as much as possible, often leading to situations like these. Mom's relentless optimism and simplicity balances out well with Ma's groundedness and, well, overthinking. Mom really underestimates how much I get from her.
You're thinking too big about what to do and what to say. Just start small. Like, how do you feel about it? One word.
Happy. Oh. I get a choice. I wasn't expecting that. I got really wrapped up in the story. Nervous, excited, sort of nervous, maybe a little excited, but not like too much. She said one word. Excited. I try to take in everything. Of course I'm nervous, but I ran all the way here. My heart feels full of bursting with hope that it's going to turn out okay. I feel a small smile crossing my face again at that. The anxiety and unease that overwhelmed me a moment ago melts as I focus on that feeling.
Excited. Like, this could be the start of something, you know? I know things won't be perfect. I just really want to do my best, though.
That's good to hear, Summer. To be honest, you scared me a bit earlier. I'm glad your nerves are coming from a good place. Well, not good entirely, but just...
You don't think that's good?
I think she understands, sweetie.
I do. Thanks, Mom.
I was wondering if they would actually be happy that she saw Quinn because they like disappeared on her. But,
I'm sure whatever you two end up doing won't matter once you start talking. There's a lot to catch up on, right?
Sure is. They've been out seeing the galaxy with a robot. I'm sure there's something there to talk about.
That's my girl.
The matching necklaces are cute. Our conversation drifts into other slightly related topics. About how Hannah must be finishing up her semester now, and how exciting that must be. About how Izzy's family recently helped fix a major outage after the storms, and how we should prepare a gift basket for them sometime. It's a little embarrassing, but by the end of the night, I find myself thinking about how much I love my parents. Something as simple as taking a minute to think, this is really exciting, easily gets lost in my worries and anxieties. They've always been good at grounding me. Tomorrow, I'm going to see Quinn. I'm going to put my best foot forward and then my next foot forward over and over again. I take that spark of excitement and hold it close until eventually I drift off to sleep. I can't make tomorrow go well, but I can hope for the best. After a night of sleep, I'll be ready. I have to be. I promised that I would follow this new beginning. I owe it to myself to do just that. Theo wrote a lot of stuff with Summer's parents. You can tell from Twofold how they're good at that. Sounds like maybe everybody should go read Twofold. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. After a night of sleep, I'll be ready. Okay. The rich, earthly smell of soil permeates the entire greenhouse. The humidity sticks to my skin like a familiar summer afternoon, despite it still being dark outside. For the first time in a long, long time, I woke up before my alarm. Please check the stream chat Discord. Oh, Multi, thank you so much for the 26th month. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Thank you, Averick. Jesus Christ. Okay, we have to find a way to make that a sticker. Not early enough to beat my moms, who are both inside and awake. They've always been early risers. The persistent buzz of anticipation for the coming day kept me from sleeping in. There's so many questions I want to ask Quinn when I see them, and so many more I wonder if I even should. Plus, there's the lingering nerves that came from messaging the other two. The first thing I did when I opened my eyes this morning was check for a response, but there wasn't any. Not from either of them. At least the ladybugs are waiting for me. They've got a date with the cucumber plants, and it's up to me to play matchmaker.
Good luck today, ladies. Knock 'em dead.
Early morning right after the garden is watered is the ideal time for letting ladybugs out. They're more likely to stick around instead of flying away and leaving you behind. I spread open the mesh net they're carried in, trying to coax them onto the leaves.
Come on. I know it's scary, but you gotta get out there.
It's not like I'm really asking the girls to deal with something as scary as romance. I'm just taking them out to dinner. Our exceptionally rainy season has led to a lot of pests, so the ladybugs will help deal with them. I shake the bag, and a handful of them tumble out, quickly righting themselves as they land. I reach in, letting a few crawl into my arm. Then I lean in closer, parking them right beside their destination.
Look, VIP service.
They slowly start to make their way over to the plants. Some instantly take wing, flying off to other parts of the garden. As long as they stay in the area, it's good enough for me.
Alright, now for the next group.
I make my way slowly around the area, repeating what I just did over and over. The sun starts to rise, and I take my time, grounding myself within the moment. The cold stone floor under my bare feet, the tickling of ladybugs crawling up my arm. The pause helps me feel like I can face the day. After I finish releasing all the bugs, I wander around the greenhouse like a moth, moving from lamp to lamp. While I'm pacing, the door slides open and Ma pokes her head in.
Some.
You ever coming downstairs?
Soon. Why?
There's pancakes and a surprise.
What's the surprise?
It's a surprise, bitch.
It wouldn't be a surprise if I told you. Now, get your butt down there.
Ma shuts the door again, leaving me on my own. I don't even know what the surprise could be. This must be Ma's way of getting back to me for threatening to keep a secret from her before. I head inside and wash my hands thoroughly. I already took a cold shower this morning. Oh, a cold shower. So I'm ready to go. I follow the scent of warm syrup down the stairs and toward the kitchen.
Such an appetite.
Mom? Oh, she's talking about me.
You're gonna choke if you don't slow down a little. No one's gonna steal them, you know.
Oh, she's talking about me too.
But they're super tasty. Plus the chef is super.
It is right.
Oh, but they're super tasty. Plus the chef is super pretty too.
Oh, did it play that line twice?
But they're super tasty. Plus the chef is super pretty too. Oh, but they're super tasty.
Oh,
Plus the chef is super pretty too.
Oh, Scion. Somebody sent in 2 lines without cutting them. Ooh, everybody at Scion right now. Josh did this. I directed. You didn't choose the takes. Sure, that's what they all say. I'll take a screenshot of the line. It wasn't me. Where will I put this? I'll just put it here. On the counter.
Ah, brother. What does that have to do with anything?
I freeze, dead in my tracks. Certain that I didn't actually hear the voice I thought I heard.
Still quite the charmer, huh? Well, it's a good thing the chef prepared extra today. Help yourself.
It is me they're talking about. Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah! Thanks!
Oh my god! I feel so represented by... I don't know which one this is gonna be.
For the love of... Drink your milk, Lancaster.
I still don't know which one has the last name Lancaster.
Lancaster?
I whisper the name back to myself. It comes out in hushed disbelief. So then, I fly around the corner and catch her right as she's about to cram an entire pancake in her mouth. Izzy! The pancake dangles off the head of her fork, and the determined look in her eyes fades. Her face goes totally blank. For a long, excruciating seconds, we stare at each other, neither of us knowing what to do, how to react. Oh gosh, it's awkward. It's already awkward! I just burst in here like a maniac, screaming her name. If there was an official list of things you shouldn't do after not seeing somebody for years, I'm certain that would be the top of it.
Hi, Summer?
Leaping to her feet, her tall legs knock her chair to the floor. By the time I realize what's happening, she's already charging straight for me, arms spread wide.
Summer!
I brace myself for attack with a hug, but Izzy goes one step beyond and scoops me off my feet, twirling me around and around. I dig my nails into her denim jacket and hold on as tight as I can. Emotions rise and fall faster than I can process them. Everything comes out in one loud squeal.
Izzy!
We bump into Stop it! I hate the word cupboard. I hate the word cupboard. I hate the word cupboard. We bump into cupboards. We float against counters. And even though I almost send a bowl of pancake batter flying, I see my mom smiling. They really describe what I wanted to do with her mother pretty clearly there. Izzy finally sets me down, holding my shoulders firmly in place so I can find my balance. Even when I do, I still feel dizzy. My head is swimming with so many questions.
I can't. What? When? Why? How? I got your text, man. Figured I'd hop over and answer in person.
Aww.
Revive the old tradition of bugging you at the crack of dawn.
And I was just thinking maybe Mimi and I could have a nice, quiet morning
So
together.
her name is Mimi. Mimi. The mom. Breakfasts with Izzy before school were non-common. In fact, it was weirder if she wasn't here. If she didn't sleep over the night before, then she was almost always here in time for me to wake up.
You're not bugging me. You've never bugged me.
Her smile slips and goes, and so does her grip on me. But when I start to worry really hard that I said something weird, she pulls me in tighter and smirks.
Good.
I rest my forehead on her shoulder. It's toned and hard. The texture of her jacket brushes against my skin, and the cinnamon tinge of her cologne is so strong it burns the hairs of my nose. But that's all Izzy. Decisively Izzy. It all melts together to signal that she's here, and that's what matters. Mom gives an exaggerated stretch and a yawn.
Well, I think a nice walk would make it a perfect morning.
She prods Mom with an elbow.
You're right. Let me just put my shoes on and we can head out.
Wow, real subtle.
Whatever could you mean?
I just laugh. I do appreciate my parents giving us some alone time to catch up. Ma waves from the other room, linking arms with Mom. With her free hand, she wags a finger at Izzy.
Lancaster?
Sup?
Stop!
Don't break anything.
You've got my word, Mrs. N. I won't break anything I can't fix.
That's not what she said. She said don't break anything. When this comes out, we play, we gotta get a lip bite counter. No! Ma grimaces but shrugs.
At least I know you're good for it.
It was nice seeing you again, sweetie. And let your parents know we said thank you for all their hard work getting the power back on during that nasty storm.
Aw.
Count on it.
Oh, and expect a gift basket soon.
All right. Let's get out of their hair now.
Mom sprinkles us with a wave as they disappear around the corner. The door shuts and the wind chimes on the porch sing their gentle song. Alone in the quiet of the kitchen, I just look at her and taking in all the details.
What? Something on my face?
Yes.
Actually, yeah.
Across the bridge of her nose and cheeks are glittering specks of purple and blue, looking something between confetti and
It's
Frinkles?
looking pretty colorful.
Frinkles? What the fuck is a Frinkle, guys? She rubs her nose.
Yeah, that's what happens with dark energy. Got him on my arms, too.
With a flex, her biceps bulge under her sleeve. She gestures a few times, so I give it a quick squeeze. Solid.
Still working the farm, huh?
Of course I am. What else would I be getting up to?
Trouble?
Well, that just goes without saying.
Besides me, Izzy was the only one of us to stick around and stay on floral after graduation. We've bumped into each other occasionally in town, but never more with a word or two of greeting. It's been a while since the last time, though.
To be honest, I figured you'd joined the Peace Rangers by now.
Izzy winces at my words. She deflates like a balloon, losing all its hot air.
Oh, yeah, well, you know, life.
Breaking out of my hug with a shrug, she leans against the counter, staring up the ceiling fan as it spins in circles.
I think I've mostly given up on that at this point.
Aww.
What?
It ain't that weird, is it?
Kinda. Yeah, you've always talked about joining. As soon as you had the chance.
Even the last time we really talked, that was her goal, her dream. As far back as middle school, when she and I first met. There was an ongoing tectonic crisis happening on some far-off planet, and the Peace Rangers were in charge of rescue and restoration. We talked about it in some in class, but Izzy was obsessed, reading extra videos and articles on her own time. It was the only occasion that I can remember her being really excited in school. When the crisis was finally declared over, I remember watching the announcement with Izzy. Just watch, some. One of these days, I'm gonna end up there doing that. So hearing she's just given it up makes me fear for the worst.
What happened? Oh, my stars. Did something happen to one of your parents? Izzy, I swear if one of your parents died and you didn't tell me, I'm going to
no,
cry
she's tearing
right here,
up.
right now.
Whoa, nothing happened. All 7 of them are doing great. Mama's even got another one on the way.
Seven?
another one?
Yeah, there's like 20 of us now. It's getting real stupid.
Oh, wow.
I back way toward the table and sit down, finally starting my own breakfast. The syrup has gotten cold again, and I don't mind that. I like it better this way.
That's so many.
I mean, she had a lot of brothers and sisters when I was around, but not 20.
Believe me, I know. This'll probably be the last one, though.
Is that what's kept you around then? Taking care of everyone and helping out on the
No
farm?
wonder they have a farm. They have to have a small army to feed that family.
Kinda. It's more like I don't have to think about anything. Do my work during the day, get wasted afterwards.
Oh my god, she's
and
just
wake up
like me
and
for
do
real,
it
for
all
real.
again. It's easier this way.
I can't believe it.
Right? We go through a crap ton of food. Every meal is like a buffet.
Having watched her just eat half of her body weight in pancakes, I know how hard it can be to feed just one Lancaster.
Well, that too, but not what I meant. I mean you.
Everyone's gotta grow up at some point, right?
I just frown in response. I don't want to seem like I'm judging her or anything. It's just that so much as hearing the words "I've given up" goes against everything I know about Izzy. In some ways, being stuck here where we grew up, I can kind of relate. But at least she had something else to fall back on with her family's DE farm. As one of the few dark energy providers in our solar region, they've always got a lot of orders to fill, so I'm sure she's keeping busy at least. Just like me, always busy without doing much. With a shake of her head, Izzy gets back on track.
Enough about my boring life. What's going on with your boring life?
Damn. I giggle. It's like she read my mind. I quickly cram the rest of my meal into my mouth and then add my plate to the already impressive stack.
Help me with the dishes while I tell you?
She shoves one more pancake into her mouth, then rolls up her sleeves.
I scrub, you load.
I ramble on for a while about the past few days, my recent work for Cece. At the same time, we work together to deal with the dishes, which also include last night's cookie making bowls. Like always, the two of us make a pretty efficient team, at least at first. Izzy starts to go faster and faster, the slippery ceramic coming dangerously close to falling out of our hands more than once.
Hey, maybe don't.
There it goes. Shards of ceramic whiz past my face as Izzy is left holding just a soapy sponge.
You need to stop scrubbing so hard. But the gunk, it doesn't want to come off.
She bends down and picks up some of the larger pieces of broken plate.
You know what? I'm just gonna take these home. Glue them back together.
That's really not...
No, I promised her. I've got a moral obligation to make good on it now.
Izzy's cute. She's changed in some ways, but Izzy has still managed to hold on to her convictions.
Okay, well, we can deal with that later. For now, how about you do the loading
I met
instead?
Izzy. She glances at me, then the dishwasher.
No! I gotta prove I can do this now, too!
Izzy's your favorite? You might be biased. I don't know. And her stubbornness. I grab her shoulders, then gently rotate as rotate us until our spots have been reversed.
Oh, man. Thank you.
Man, I have to ask, how much longer is the demo? Because I kind of have to go to sleep. I feel bad. I'm halfway through? How fucking long is this demo? Oh my god. I mean, I'm grateful. It's a whole novella. 4 hours, yeah. Read faster. Halfway. Okay, I'll finish the scene. And then I guess we will pick up... what was my next scheduled stream day? Let me see. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna finish it this week for sure. Schedule... Not tomorrow. Friday. Alright. We're gonna finish the scene or we're gonna finish it Friday? Fuck yeah. It did take long to get back into the swing of it. Soon enough, my shriveled hands are passing along a freshly rinsed plate every couple minutes. Izzy stacks them on top of each other in the dishwasher, creating one big pile instead of rows. Have fun, Addie! Eat something for me. At least she's trying. I gently correct the mistake, trying to make it obvious what I'm doing.
So, you haven't heard back from Hanners yet, huh?
Nope. I'm trying not to think about it too much. I hope she just hasn't seen it or something. Not that she's ignoring me.
It's Hanners. She'd never shirk off a message from you.
How can you be so sure?
She snorts as I hand her the next plate.
Trust me, I'm sure. If it makes you feel any better, she always answers my texts.
So they have been talking?
You two still text? More than just birthday messages?
Even I've gotten a few of those at least.
Sure. Every once in a while.
What does she say?
Izzy, go to bed. You're drunk.
I'm not sure if that counts or not, but either way, why does she drunk text Hannah and not me? I want drunk text from my friends.
My point is, don't worry too much about it. She probably just doesn't have any service right now or something. But if I know Hanners, she'll get back to you ASAP.
I hope so.
Now, Quinn is a whole other thing. The fact that you even managed to bump into them at all is wild.
Izzy grabs the next plate before I even let go of it, and then locks eyes with me. She holds one hand and one side, and I hold the other.
You don't think they would have gone off-world again without saying hi to us, do you?
Yes. It's a fair question, but not one I would have expected. Or maybe I just didn't want to think about.
They promised not to, but I am a little worried.
Did just kind of ghost.
Yeah.
If there were ever a good time to do it, I guess it would have been after what happened.
Yeah.
I finally let go of the plate. Izzy's hand falls to her side as she gazes out the window.
I never stopped.
Huh? Stopped what?
Hoping, I mean. I always believed I'd see them again, you know? Even if it was when we were old and wrinkly. Sometimes I'd even daydream about it. All of you guys, really.
She tries to play it off with a chuckle, but her tense shoulders and sharp breaths give away how difficult talking about this is for her. Izzy has never had a filter. The delay between words in her head and the words coming out of her mouth has been non-existent for as far back as I could remember.
All those years of the four of us being so tight and always being together. Then it just stopped. Isn't that crazy?
I nod. I know exactly what she means, of course. Even after Hannah and Quinn left, Izzy and I just still tried to hang out together a couple times, but somehow it just didn't work. It was like Izzy couldn't look me in the eye anymore. I thought maybe I just needed to give her some space, a little while apart, to help bandage over the lingering awkwardness. Then without me really realizing it, a little while turned into a long while and life moved on.
I couldn't believe it either. Especially not when we were still so close by. I've just been here this whole time.
I know you were. Are.
If we've both been feeling like this, then I wish we would have just said so sooner. All that time we could have spent differently.
I was going to. Tomorrow. Definitely tomorrow. Then tomorrow would come and I just... freeze.
Aww. The dishes have long been abandoned. Sitting back down at the counter, I put my hand on her arm.
I get you. Me too. I kept thinking that I just didn't do enough. That maybe if I'd tried harder, things would have been different.
Yeah, man. That was the problem. You were the one who worked so freaking hard on Quinn's party. And when I went and messed things up, you were the one I let down.
The way she says it, the way her face falls, suddenly I understand something.
Izzy, you don't think what happened was your fault, right?
Come on, Sum. Don't act like you don't. I saw how pissed you were that day.
That wasn't... Of course I was upset. It wasn't anyone's fault. It was just us being dumb kids. Dumb kids who let this go on too long.
Yeah, well,
It's all
I definitely
coming
didn't help
together.
things. And since then, it's like time has been standing still. Like I've been running in place. You ever feel that way?
We're having serious talk, but it's hard not to crack a smile. Look at her, getting so worked up over nearly the exact same thing as me. All those years and the exact same worries and anxieties were swimming around in her head too, right across town.
Yeah, I do.
More than you know.
Well, I'm sick of it. I want to move on with my life. I want to do things.
She turns around, tears swelling up in her eyes, and through the frustration and hurt, she still manages to flash me a big grin.
And I guess what I really want is to just see my friends again.
Me too.
Pulling her into a tight hug, I try to squeeze out all of the bad feelings. the two of us hang out for a while longer until it's time for me to get ready to meet up with Quinn. In a lot of ways, the two of us have had similar arcs since we last saw each other. We both just fell into the easiest life path, sticking with what we've been doing since we were young. I felt bad for thinking it, but it's kind of comforting to know that I'm not alone in that regard. As surprised as I was to find out she's still around, I can totally understand her reasons. Before Izzy leaves, we solemnly pledge to see each other again soon. Whether it's here, the Lancaster compound, or somewhere else entirely. I see her off with the wave, which she returns till she's out of sight. You know, I hate that they say the word compound and I immediately think, fuck. Not gay Waco. Heart feeling full, I turn around to shut the door behind me, only to find my parents waiting for me in the kitchen. They're crowded around the dining table like gossiping girls in the cafeteria.
So...
Polly Waco. Okay, yeah, Polly Waco. Somehow, that's just Jonestown, isn't it?
How'd it go?
Oh, well, you know.
Don't make me break out the ladybugs again, girl.
Alright, it went really good. Turns out Izzy never left Laurel either. She told me all about her parents and siblings. She's got another one on the way.
Another parent or another sibling?
Yes.
Sibling this time. Izzy was talking about how crazy it is over there with so many of them around.
Stars, I'm getting a headache just thinking about it. We had our hands full just with you.
They have more people to help watch over the little ones, though.
Still, it was busy enough the last few times I went there. Can't imagine what it's like now.
You'll just have to go see it for yourself.
Yeah, I might. She would have stayed longer, but I had to go get ready to see Quinn. Wait, I need to go get ready to see Quinn!
My one brain cell activating, I dart past my folks, rushing up the stairs. Everything has been happening so fast these past couple days, I feel like I can barely keep up. Despite my messed up sleep, I'm not really tired. I'm just a little overwhelmed. I wouldn't have it any other way, though. Okay, this feels like a good place. Oh, that's a cool little menu. Okay, Intergalactic House of Pancakes. That's cute. Yeah, I know what I'll do. Title? Look at them. Yay. Élan games always have top-tiered dialogue, you've noticed? I know exactly why. Here's something, you get like a little inside treat. Here's insider info, so to speak. The reason why Élan games have such good dialogue is because everybody on the team who writes talks so much. Nah, I'm just teasing. Okay, let's see if anyone I know is on. Thank you guys for, I know it was like the can't stop won't stop, it's true. I know it was like kind of random to jump into summer uni, but I was really excited. I mean, it's space, how could I not be excited? So we'll finish up the demo Friday, 4 fucking hours, what the fuck? But we'll find somebody to raid now. Let's see who we got. You know what? We'll raid Eggy. Eggy's playing Honkai Star Rail, so I probably won't stick around, but I taught Eggy how to play Mahjong not too long ago. I don't know if Eggy is still playing, but I hope so. Needle burrito. Yeah, we're gonna raid Eggy. Eggy's playing Honkai Star Rail. I am gonna go to sleep. I have work tomorrow. Alright, everybody. Thank you so much for dropping in. I'll be seeing more of you soon. And And yeah, go support Studio Élan, and look forward to summer uni because I am too. Bye bye. Your space ghost is